Hi everyone, welcome to Ansible Learning Series for Network Engineers. This is the second video on new Ansible Learning Series. Here in the later videos I'll be demonstrating how to use Ansible Tower and how to use source control for creating playbook and fetch it from source control for configuring the devices. But in this video we'll see how to access Cisco device using enable password, then how to filter particular output from the get facts and subset. Then we'll see how to store output into a variable, then what are the difference between message and variable in debug. So we'll see those details. In the previous video we have seen how to write a basic playbook to get the facts. We were printing the facts, then we were trying to get some subsets. We have seen how to get subset of hardware, then interface and all. So let's start writing another playbook. So I'll create a new playbook here. I'll call that as 02 Cisco Enable Password. Then we'll see message and var. And this is the inventory file I'm using. I have added one more device here, and you can see here the connection is network CLI, network OS is iOS, and username and password. So we can just try running our first playbook. From terminal I'll just give Ansible Playbook and 01 iOS facts. The first video URL I'll be adding in the description and notification. So it is trying to get all the subset and facts. You can see it is getting interface details here, and here in this task it was getting the hardware details, and then it was gathering all the subsets here and printing. Now if we want to do some filtering here, I'll just write a new playbook. I'll give a name, Cisco Enable Password. Then for the debug module we will do var and message difference, and here again my inventory is going to be routers. You can see here in my inventory file there is a group called routers, and connection is going to be network CLI. I have already mentioned here, so we don't have to give it here as well, no problem. Then we'll create task, and for the task, first task I'll give a name, get facts, and we'll try first printing the facts. So I'll call this debug, and then here what we need to do is we need to create var, and we'll call that variable. So by default Ansible will be fetching the facts and storing it as Ansible facts, so we'll try printing that. If you give debug, it will try printing it. We'll check the syntax of this. Syntax looks good, so let us just try running this playbook. Yeah, it is able to connect to the device and print the facts of both devices. So this was the output of R1 you can see here one key value. The key is going to be Ansible facts by default. For R2 also you can see Ansible facts. Inside that we have multiple values, you can see here. We'll try filtering those. And for printing, we'll have a look into the debug module. So you can see here two options inside debug. So this can print customized message to the user, and this we will be using for printing the variable. So this is a variable, so directly we are able to print it. So instead of this, if you want to filter certain outputs, what we can do, we can use either message, we'll have a look into some examples of message. You can see here we use double curly braces. I'll just comment this section. And I'll write this as message, and I'll just write a message here. Inside that I'll give the name. We'll try running this. We are getting the output here. Now if you want to filter certain output from here, for example, if you want to take the host name, here we'll have a value called net host name. These are the values we'll try to filter. So let me go and edit this. Instead of printing all the facts, what we'll do, we'll put this into another line. Host name is, and what we need to do is, here we need to put Ansible before the name, so Ansible underscore net host name. And similar to that, Ansible underscore net image. So the net image, it will print both. So let us try running it. So here you can see for both devices I have received only host name and image. So like this you can filter any output from the facts and store it as a variable. Now we'll see how to access a device which is having enable password. So for that, first I'll give enable password for one of the device. I'll create a user first. Admin 1. enable password, I will set it as password 1. So you can see here for admin 1, now I need enable password. Now let us go and edit our inventory file. I'll change this to admin 1. Now this will fail for 61 because 61 doesn't have admin 1. We'll verify that. So let us try running this playbook. So for R1 authentication failed, for R2 it is successful because without going to the execution mode, Ansible is able to get the facts. So we'll see that by giving certain command. For example, I can execute from this mode. I can execute show IP interface brief, but I cannot execute show run. So we'll see the difference and we'll validate this. And before that, for accessing R1, we can set the value here itself for R1. So because R1 is having no different credentials, Ansible user equal to admin. Now if you run this script, you will be able to access both devices. Now we'll create another task for configuring the device. So in order to configure, to execute a show command, show run. So I'll give a name here. Execute show command to test enable password, and under that we'll use iOS command module. And I'll be covering this in detail in the later videos, iOS commands and all, but here to validate the enable mode we are using it. You see the command syntax of iOS module. So after iOS command we need to give commands. So let me give commands here. And here I'll give show IP interface brief first. Now we are not trying to print anything here, we are just executing and validating whether it is successful or not. Let me run this. So both are successful. Now but if we change this to show run, it will fail on R2 because R2 is having enable password. Yeah, you can see the message here, invalid input detected, because in this mode we are not able to execute the show run command. Now to handle this, what we can do is we'll go to inventory and we'll add the value here. So we need to enable Ansible become method. In case of networking, the become method is going to be enabled. Ansible become equal to yes, and Ansible become method equal to enable become password 1. Now we'll try running it. Now you can see command execution is successful, but we are not printing that output. Now if you want to move that enable password to the playbook, what we can do here, we'll give become yes and become method enable, and here inside vars we need to give the variable this Ansible become password is password 1. Okay. Now we'll comment this. Let us try running it. So now it is taking the output from this playbook. So if you comment, if you delete this, it will fail. So let me revert the values in the inventory file. Now we'll see how to store these output into a variable, and from there how to filter. So for that we'll do a get facts here. I'll call this as get facts with variable name. Then here this is going to be iOS facts. This I have explained in the previous video. We are the subset all. Then here in this level, the module name level, we need to give a register, and we'll register it as, you can give any name here. I'm just giving saved facts, and now we'll have a variable called saved facts, and all the output from here will be stored here in the saved facts. Then we'll write another task. Okay, we won't give name. You can even mention it as this, like you can give a name and then debug, or directly module name also you can give to debug, and we'll try printing that variable. Okay. Now let us verify the syntax. So it is filtering, then it is executing show command. Yeah, it is able to get the facts, and you can see here the output. See, the key is now saved facts because my variable name is saved facts. Now inside that you can see Ansible facts, and there we can see multiple values. So Ansible net host name. So Ansible net host name is inside saved facts, and inside that Ansible facts and Ansible net host name. So we'll do a filtering here. Debug and then message. Saved facts. Inside that Ansible facts, then inside Ansible facts it is Ansible net host name. Yeah. Now here you can see we have stored it into a variable, and from there we are filtering the output. Similar to that, we can even take another value. We'll try getting all the IPv4 address. Yeah, we'll use this. Ansible net all IPv4 address. So we'll try running it. So you can see here I'm getting all the IPv4 address. The output is going to be same as the facts. Now in the next video we'll see some details about iOS commands. We use this to get the outputs, and there are certain conditions also you can mention here while getting the output. So you can just give wait for conditions and all. I'll demonstrate all those options in the next video. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.